aggressive with the high pressure. And this is one of the things that John Kerr wants his teams to do, press high, force turnovers, and the Blue Devils want to get the offense going early and often. Blue Devils have only allowed 5 goals this year. They've scored 17. Meanwhile, Howard, a team that has been on the tough end of the scoreboard in a couple of matches this year, 2-6-0 as we mentioned, but Howard with a couple of losses. They lost 4 straight to open the year, back-to-back 2-0 losses to Marist and Monmouth before the 5-0 loss at Pitt. Had some injuries in that match. The next time out, a 7-0 setback at Duquesne. They beat VMI 4-3 on September the 18th for their first victory of the season. Then a loss to George Washington 5-0. They opened up conference play. A 6-0 loss to St. Francis Brooklyn, and beat Central Connecticut State a couple days ago on Sunday. A 2-1 victory to even up their Northeast Conference record at 1-1. Right-footed boot. Loose in the middle third. Headed down nicely that time. Now a 50-50 ball. Masalas had it nick off of his boot. And then a possession challenged and won by Duke. Quick throw in right to Hott, the freshman who's been playing phenomenal for Duke thus far in his rookie campaign. Gaborson plays it on ahead. You can see some pressure now for Howard. That's one of the things that the Bison really wanted to do, was to try to settle into the match, not allow an early goal. And if Howard, according to their head coach, if they can hang a goal or two on the board early and keep the game close and tight, maybe some doubt creeps in. There's a foul in the midfield against Howard on the Blue Devils. If they can keep it tight, maybe allow the Blue Devils to press a little bit. Could end up being one of those nights where Howard has some doubt creep in the back of the Blue Devils' mind. Coach Giles saying that the first 20 minutes of the match critically important for his club, needing to match the work rate of John Kerr's group. Through the middle, Periano. Now look at the nifty move here by Jai Bean. Approaching the 18-yard box, had it ushered away. And now Howard the other way with Mason Christian, the junior. Already 1 goal for Christian tonight. The key man for Howard will be 11. Bryson Baker, the sophomore forward, who leads the club 3 goals, 6 total points this year. And he's the one that everyone will be marking tonight, you know. Headed away that time nicely by Gabortson. Duke had some pressure on the opening draw of things against this Howard defense, but Howard for the last couple moments has had the ball deep in their attacking third. No real opportunities yet, not even a half chance for either side. We'll see how the first 15, 20 minutes of this game play out. A goal kick coming here for Elliott Hamill, who was phenomenal for the Blue Devils against Wake Forest. 7 saves against the Demon Deacons in the victory for the Blue Devils on Saturday night. Duke beating Wake Forest 3-2. It was the first time Duke had beaten the #1 team in the nation since 2014. And a road win at that. That'll look great come postseason time. Hard to believe we're getting toward the latter stages of this regular season. After tonight, just 3 more home games left for the Blue Devils. Into the box, ushered aside nicely. Good run that time by the Blue Devils. And a corner coming for Duke. This will be corner kick number 62 for the Blue Devils this season.
Periano and Masalis.
Periano and Masalis both over. And let's see who takes this corner. Looks like the Blue Devils may want to play a short ball here. Maybe not. Masalis, the in swing toward the near post, headed away, not out. Still loose in the box. Now Muhammad keeps it and wins the possession for Duke. Blue Devils forced to retreat. Periano tries to dart one ahead. Settled there nicely by the Blue Devils for a moment, and then Howard wins the goal kick. J.R. Gowell, the freshman keeper, the native of St. Mary's, Maryland, has made 46 saves this season for the Bison. That one played back. Look at the pursuit here by the Blue Devils, and Muhammad trying to wreak a little havoc and nearly results in a turnover. Can Muhammad track it down for Duke? No. Good defensive play that time by Quelan to funnel it ahead. Now Baker plays one ahead. Opportunity for the Bison. Howard the save. Now Baker again chips it high and wide. Hamill was off his line. The Bison nearly had a great goal here in the first few moments of this one. But again, Baker, who was a bit unlucky against the Blue Devils in the meeting last year, chips this one high and wide. Last season, 2 great chances for Baker. One, Hamill made a great save on. The other, he hit just over the bar. And on the rebound there, nearly had a great opportunity after Howard, off that great play by Quelan, got a great look at it, but goes for naught. Hamill, who, as we mentioned, had 7 saves the other night, makes a big save there. And the Blue Devils fortunate on the rebound. Now funneled ahead, Leggett, and Hamill off his line again, scoops it up. And a foul through the midfield. A Blue Devil player goes down. No card issued, just a warning on the hard foul. Headed out that time by Quelan, who'd only played in 2 matches this season, but man, he's playing really impactful minutes in the first part of this contest for Howard tonight. Flicked ahead. Acito back there to play it for the Blue Devils, and now funnels it back to Elliott Hamill. Hamill, as you know by now, elected to use his COVID year to come back and help anchor this Duke defense. It has permitted just 5 goals all season and is only giving up 9 shots per game. An .063 shot percentage. Masalas to toss it in now for the Blue Devils. Out through the middle, bit of a misfire there. Masalas settles it, wheels it ahead. Too much weight on that one as he was looking for Bean. That one flicked to the middle of the park where Peter Stroud heads it down. Now Shaq Muhammad for the Blue Devils. Muhammad turns, draws 2 defenders. Plays it ahead for Periano. Periano goes down. No call by the official. Perhaps thinking a bit of an embellishment there from Periano, but instead it goes all the way down into the corner where Acito picks it up. Periano not happy at all with the no call. Here's the Blue Devils again. Muhammad playing one on ahead. That service knocked down. Settled by Gabortson. Again, feathers it looking for Frederick, who's got some ties to this Howard University. We'll talk more about that, but the offside flag is up.
Duke offside.
First time the Blue Devils have been charged with offside. Long blast there by Gowell. Periano trying to win the 50-50 ball against Leggett, who's already picked up a pair of assists for Howard. And now here come the Blue Devils. It's Masalas with some room. Masalas to the top of the box, ushered away. Now picked back up by Bean. Finds Muhammad, who drives one high. And Duke thinking for a moment that might have been tipped on the shot by Muhammad. Instead, it was not. So the goal kick coming. And just that quickly, Muhammad, with just a slither of daylight, puts one on target, albeit a little bit high. Muhammad with 5 goals and 12 points. Also a couple of assists for the Blue Devils this year. 1 point away from matching his total all of last year. That one played all the way back to Hamill, who settles. Now wants to get it away quickly. Acito from Masalis. Works it back now for Gabortson. A nice step through by Howard. And look out here. But another good play by Hott. Baker back there working hard along with Mason Christian. Those two have become a bit of a nice duo for Howard early in their conference season. Frederick pushing the pace defensively, couldn't quite create the turnover, but Duke wins the throw in. Into Muhammad quickly. Muhammad. Away for Frederick now. Frederick trying to get to the end line, looking for an angle to cross. Sends one in, and the header is knocked away. The rebound is saved again. Blue Devils continue with the pressure. Muhammad and Stroud now. Stroud goes down. Here's Periano. Services one into the 18. Headed down. Bean trying to get free. He takes a bit of a tumble. Stroud is up as Hott has it for Duke. Now to Periano. Has Masalis, instead finds Muhammad in the middle. Muhammad draws a crowd. He has room. And Muhammad with another save made on him. Gowell's made a couple of phenomenal saves over the last couple of minutes for Howard. The Bison weather the initial storm for the Blue Devils. And there is a Blue Devil down behind the play. I believe it's Stroud that's down. It'll be a throw-in coming here for Howard. And our referee coming over, I think they want to take a look just to make sure there was nothing malicious that warranted a card. So as the official takes a look, we'll step aside for just a moment and come back with the verdict. 0-0, 32-41 to go in the first half from Koskinen. So nothing malicious. It's a play on. Still nothing. Couple of great opportunities for Duke so far. Jared Gowell already 3 saves, 4 shots for Duke. 3 of them have been on goal, and 3 very impressive saves from the rookie keeper. Howard's going to be offside here. Howard has certainly been equal to the task here in the first 10-plus minutes of this match. Had a couple of great opportunities, already a shot on goal for the Bison tonight. Duke has had 3 opportunities and 3 really impressive saves by the Howard keeper. Blue Devils perhaps feeling like they've been putting some quality looks out there. Just nothing has found the back of the net yet. Masalis settles. Plays it for Periano. Now works it all the way back to the midline for Acito. Periano so instrumental in what the Blue Devils want to do from an offensive standpoint. Leads the team with 6 assists this year. Comes into play tied for first in the ACC in assists. Here's Muhammad. Muhammad tripped just outside of the 18, and a foul has been whistled. Will be the 3rd foul against Howard, and a great opportunity here for Duke to strike first. Periano standing by along with Masalis. Periano marking off the steps. It will be Periano. Drives one. Oh, went upper 90 and missed. Try to go to that top left-hand corner. Good look at it by Periano, just couldn't drive it in. But now a couple 50-50 balls still loose. There's a foul against Duke. Just the second foul charged to the Blue Devils so far. We've been playing about 15 minutes of this first half. Each side with some nice looks at it. Touch through the middle. A shot from distance is off target. And it was Baker again that had the look at it. And the clock stops. There's a Blue Devil down just outside of the 18-yard box. Trainer coming out to check on the injured Blue Devil. Looks like maybe a ankle, holding the left foot. John Kerr, the Duke head coach, also making his way out there. Looks like this is Gabortson, who is injured and getting some attention just in front of Elliott Hamill in the box there. So as they tend to the injured Blue Devil, we'll step aside for a moment. Just over 15 minutes into this first half. Great opportunity for both sides, but nobody's striking yet. Gabortson being helped off. Looks like Felix Barajas might be preparing to substitute in for the Blue Devils. There he goes. So Barajas is in for the Blue Devils, the sophomore from Los Angeles. A goal and a pair of assists for Barajas this season. Hamill puts it in play for Acito. Feather ahead for Periano. Lost possession. Lewis with the takeaway for Howard. Draws a crowd, plays one through the middle. Periano, the step through. Howard relentless on their pursuit of it. Oh, nice move there. Taken away again by the Blue Devils. And then a nifty move to win the ball to Bean. Plays one through the middle now. Flicked ahead. Hot. Surveys. Plays it for Periano. For Bean, and now all the way back it comes to Periano. Hopped off the boot of Amir Daly that time. Duke trying to keep the possession on this end. Through the middle now. Frederick battling, wins the possession. Quick throw in for the Duke rookie. In for Bean, trying to play one right back out for Barajas. Loose out to the middle, Daly. Got a flick on it just to help win the possession for Duke. This way from Asalas now. And a foul. That time against Leggett. Periano trying to shake free. And now Lewis ushers it aside. Duke wanting to go quickly here on their throw-ins. Instead, the possession back to Howard. We talked about the connection that these two programs share. There's a lot of connections for not just the programs, but the coaching staffs as well. Asking Philip Jow, the eighth-year head coach of Howard, who, like John Kerr, the Duke head coach, is coaching at his alma mater. Asked him about the relationship with Coach Kerr and Duke associate head coach Michael Brady. He said, those guys are like my brothers. Coach Chow saying that he's known Coach Kerr since they were 11 or 12 years old. Their dads played together. Obviously, Coach Kerr and Coach Chow played together as well. Coach Chow and Coach Brady playing together, won a national championship, so they keep in touch all the time. Obviously, Coach Chow's daughter Mia was on Robbie Church's staff here at Duke, or on his, not his staff, but his club, his roster, playing for the Blue Devils on the women's side. And three guys that keep in touch all the time. Mia was really taken care of not just by Robbie Church and his staff, but also by Coach Kerr and Coach Brady. Philip Jow saying that they treated Mia like their own daughter. Here's Periano for the Blue Devils. Leaves one for Stroud. And another good play. Sliding through there and knocking it away was Christian. Quick direct throw in there toward the middle. Now Masalas feathers one in off his line, and Gowl skying up to play it. So two staffs that know each other very well, very close friends. All the coaches were meeting out on the pitch earlier today, well prior to the match, having a nice conversation. A lot of smiles, a lot of laughs. Mutual respect certainly between these two programs, these two staffs. Working hard for it is Leggett. Feathers one again into the box, still loose. Headed down, not cleared yet. And now the Blue Devils making a bit of a break of it. And Stroud goes down, and that'll be a card. A dangerous play from behind. You would sense perhaps it building for a while. And it'll be Jelani Pierre who is given the yellow. It is the 26th yellow card against Howard this year. Was a dangerous play against Stroud from behind. Stroud has some room. Now the gap closes. He tried to feed one from Masalis. Knocked away a couple times, and then a handball has been called. Now then you're going to get Stroud for the handball. He didn't think so. Actually, the handball called against the Bison that time, so it'll be Duke with the free kick opportunity. Masalis, this is Periano, drives one into the box. Nobody home on the header, and then it's wide of the frame, and another opportunity for the goal kick coming for Howard. Bit of a reset for you with just under 24 minutes remaining in this first half. Shots 5-3 in favor of Duke. 3 shots on goal by the Blue Devils thus far. 1 shot on goal by Howard. And some impressive saves by the rookie, Jared Gowell, who has flashed some phenomenal athleticism, denying the Blue Devils a couple of times. Howard had some great looks at it. One phenomenal chance earlier as Hamill came off his line, able to make a really impressive save for Duke, and then Bryson Baker could not finish on the rebound. Another opportunity here for Howard. This is Leggett. Leggett stops, feeds one into the box, headed away by Duke, and now flicked wide, and Hamill will have the goal kick. Bean settles. Barajas goes down. No call. We play on. And now the foul is spotted. Barajas for Periano at the top of the 18. Periano looking to play one right back for Muhammad. Not totally cleared. Held in by Hott. Now for Masalis. And just enough of a piece gotten there by Howard to force Periano to retreat. Periano, the service in. Barajas looking to settle, he does. Barajas needing some help. And it's out off of Howard, so another corner, the second of the match coming for Duke.
Blue Devils corner.
Masalis and Periano over to take the corner.
For Duke.
Masalis, the service in, nobody home on the header. Frederick was making a run, got jostled on his way in. Nobody home there. And Howard again weathers that storm, if you will. Duke a 4-0 win over Howard a season ago. Flicked ahead, and no run on this one as Gowell plays it. We talked earlier about how Howard, one of their keys was just to match the Duke work rate for the first 20 minutes. They've done that. Some really impressive saves. And a Howard team that's starting to get more confidence as this match goes along. They're a little more healthy, which certainly behooves the Bison too. Muhammad, who can get free with just a small slither, is fouled. Some frustration setting in. Gonzalo, the junior from Bowie, Maryland, committing the foul there. Here's Stroud. Frederick settles into the box. Looking for an angle. Here's a save again made, and it's out. And a corner coming for Duke.
Blue Devils corner.
Third corner of the first half for Duke. Less than 20 minutes to go first half. And that's loose in front, and a goal for the Blue Devils. It's Frederick who strikes his first career tally, and a 1-0 Duke lead in the first half. The initial save was made by Gowell, and then Frederick was there to drive home the rebound. And fittingly, it's Frederick who has the first goal. His father, also of the same namesake, the president of Howard University. And so against Pops' school, he gets a strike. He's also known Coach Jow forever. Coach Jow saying today he's been coaching Wayne Frederick since he was 9 years old. And of course, Wayne Frederick would be the one who gets the scoring started for the Blue Devils off the set piece. Flicked ahead and off the line to make the save is J.R. Gow. Wayne Frederick, the Gatorade DC Player of the Year in 2021 and 2022. Enjoying a phenomenal rookie campaign in Durham. Now, Howard looking for the equalizer, trying to feather it ahead to Baker, but the Blue Devils do a nice job stepping through. Stroud avoids one defender, but it comes all the way back where Christian has it and wants to slow things down. See Muhammad trying to cause a bit of a ruckus. Bean got a piece of that one. Periano trying to get there. Instead, it's taken away nicely by Lewis. Lewis has some help. Plays one to the middle. And then too much weight on that pass, trying to get it to Mason Christian, who's been kind of the igniter for this offensive attack for Howard tonight. Muhammad, one-on-one. Now to Periano in the middle. Periano fires one on target. I think Muhammad perhaps wanted one more pass at least there to try to shake free. And a bit of a push there against the Blue Devils. Hot whistled for the foul. Fourth foul against Duke here in the opening half. 10 combined fouls between these clubs. That one played by Hamill, wanted to get out of there quickly, and now sends it ahead for Nick Periano. Nobody making a run there. Periano chips it ahead. Scotty Taylor preparing to enter the contest for Duke. Daly wins the header. Barajas settles. Acito thought about sending it forward. Instead, wants to try to build an attack now. Under 15 minutes remaining in the opening half from Koskinen Stadium. Duke with the 1-goal lead, the first by Wayne Frederick. And a bit of an unfortunate play for Howard. One of the Bison probably would have won possession, but it banged off of one of his teammates. It goes out. The throw-in coming for Duke. Jai Bean will depart as Scotty Taylor, the junior from Millburn, New Jersey, coming back in. Taylor looking to pick up his second goal of the season. 2 goals, 4 points a season ago during his sophomore campaign. Acito plays it back for Daly. Oh, taken away nicely. And now Baker, who leads the team in goals this year. Played to the middle. Mason Christian, and then not able to get free was Leggett. Leggett has a couple of assists this year, couldn't shake the defender. Howard had the build. They just needed to connect perhaps one more pass to really have an opportunity there to challenge Hamill. 3 shots for Howard tonight, one of them on target. Had a great look at an early goal, but Hamill made a nice save. Now Periano dodging defenders. Plays it out for Frederick, who has the goal for Duke tonight. Frederick lost it at the top of the 18. Regains it, and now wins the throw-in. Frederick was asking for the foul a moment ago. Here's Masalis. Periano now trying to weave one ahead, but taken away nicely. Looking to get it to Baker. Now Christian and Leggett. Fired ahead, settled for a moment by Baker, but Daly right there to gobble it up for Duke. Stroud chips one ahead, looking for Scotty Taylor. They were onside. The offside flag had not gone up. Just unable to totally corral it. Now Hot back to Acito. Less than 12 to go in the opening half. A 1-0 lead for Duke. Luke Thomas ready to check in for Duke. Taylor looking to run it down in the corner. Taylor goes down. Foul is called. And they stop it. We might get a yellow here. Taylor is down, holding his arm. No card has been issued. The Howard player commits the foul, also down near that chain link fence at the end of Koskinen Stadium. So as they tend to both players, I believe it was Chayton Queeland who went hard after the play. Queeland was not given a card, just got tangled up with Taylor. Both players were down. Looks like Taylor's okay. But Queeland right now, the one that has the main concern, has the training staff out to check on him. So as they tend to Queeland, will step aside. They're calling for more attention. Will Be back to Koskinen Stadium in a moment. We're back at Koskinen Stadium in Durham. Scary moment ago as Chayton Quelan, who was assessed a yellow card on that play a moment ago with Scotty Taylor. But unfortunately for Quelan, the rookie who had been playing such a high-quality match so far, he took the worst part of the hit and appeared to crash into the chain link fence. Medical personnel came out and attended to him, brought out the stretcher and the rest of the medical device, and taking tremendous precaution, he was carted off, and certainly wish Queland and his family all the best. Ramis Gaines, a sophomore, has checked in for him. So the Blue Devils leading 1-0. 11:15 to go in the first half. And in a moment like this, hard to focus back your attention onto the pitch. But again, wishing all the best to Chayton Quelan as he took what appeared to be an injury there a moment ago. But back onto the pitch now. Duke the 1-0 lead on the goal from Wayne Frederick in the 25th minute. And now the service in, and it's punched away that time by Gow nicely and was nearly interfered with. But, boy, another tough save there by Gow. The Blue Devils will be called for offside. And we continue on with the final 11 minutes of the match. "11 minutes of the first half, I should say. Now we'll see how the two clubs elect to play the halftime intermission if we do take the break, since we had such a long break while Quelan was being tended to. We'll see if we do retire to the respective dressing rooms or if we keep on playing. We'll see how the two coaches decide here as we move toward the end of the first half. Foul there against Kenan Hott. By the way, a couple of yellows have now been assessed to Howard. One against Pierre, one against Quelan for the unsporting play. Howard's had some opportunities. 3 shots, one of them on target. A little better than a half chance early in the match. Couldn't convert. Duke scoring off a set-piece opportunity. The first ball was saved on the service in, and then Wayne Frederick off the rebound found the back of the net to make it 1-0 Blue Devils, and that's where we're at right now as Periano has it for Duke. Plays it ahead for Acito. Now looking for Muhammad, but too much weight on that pass. It's chipped ahead, not yet controlled, and now settled by Duke. Masalis. Stepping through nicely was Leggett. Periano. Now Amir Daly. Stroud feathers one ahead. Barajas chips it on. And the corner kick coming for the Blue Devils as Barajas nicked it off of a Bison. It's now the 4th corner of this half for the Blue Devils. Luke Thomas entering for Duke. Sammy Oladeji in for Howard. Oladeji the junior out of Arlington, Texas. Christian Rufael will also check in. Rufael, I should say. Rufael checking in. And Jordan Julian also in for Howard. Now the corner for the Blue Devils. Service in. Frederick couldn't get ahead on it. Flicked away. And now tracked down by Julian. Not totally clear. Duke trying to keep it in. Here's Peter Stroud. Stroud with some pressure. Dodging one defender. Chips it ahead. Was looking for Muhammad, but was going to be offside. And so now possession goes all the way back where Acito plays it for Duke. Less than 8 minutes to go in the first half. Only goal of the match so far from Wayne Frederick, fittingly, since his dad is the president of Howard. Win-win for the Frederick household tonight, right? Through the middle now. Oladeji looking for some room. Oladeji fires one. And then a Howard player gets tangled up with a Duke player just outside of the 6-yard box, but no foul called. Nice ball in by Oladeji. Bit unlucky there for the Bison. Now Mohammed trying to track it down. Mohammed with a teammate there. This is Taylor. Taylor looking to feather it ahead for Mohammed. Not totally cleared out. Barajas looking to win it for Duke. Instead, Howard out to the middle third. Played all the way back to Hamill, who will settle and start things again for Duke. Masalas pressuring for the Blue Devils. Now played ahead where Julian tries to shake free, trying to track it down and take it away from Luke Thomas. Possession 1 to Duke. Acito after the foul is called. All the way back to Hamill now. The goal for Howard obviously is to find a way to get the equalizer in the last 5.5 minutes of the half, but if you're unable to do so, at least just find a way to get it to the break in a 1-0 score. Howard has certainly had opportunities, but hard to crack the code that's been Elliott Hamill this year, who has been phenomenal. An .868 save percentage, an .056 goal against average for the Duke graduate student from Scarsdale, New York. Nice move in the middle. Mohammed so quick. Possession to Howard. A late call, but they say it's Duke's ball. I beg your pardon. A late call to give the Blue Devils the possession. Certainly appeared that it was off of a Blue Devil. Coach Jow was certainly pleading his club's case on the Howard side in that technical area. This way now, through the middle. Turned over in the midfield. Ahead for Mohammed. Stumbles a bit. Mohammed has help. Plays it away for Peter Stroud. And Stroud misses high. Another great opportunity for the Blue Devils. And a near miss for Duke in the waning moments of the first half. Gowell, that one pinballs around a bit. All the way back to Hamill, who drives it forward. Taylor unable to settle. Thomas trying to get there for Duke. And played all the way back to Gow. And now pressure facing Gow, so he funnels it away. Masalas forced to play it back to Hamill. And Hamill again will have to track it down. Howard has been a formidable foe in this first half. Duke has outshot the Bison 8-3, including a 5-1 edge. Shots on goal, but Howard hanging tough. The rookie keeper, Jared Gow, has played phenomenally here in the first half. Stroud, a near miss a moment ago. Chips one in. Mohammed couldn't get there. Here's Hott with it. Too much pace on it as Hott couldn't corral it in the box. And now Julian had it, plays it ahead. Less than 2.25 minutes now for this first half. And still time for the Blue Devils here and the Bison too to build an attack. Down to the final 2 minutes. Another nice play. It was Gonzalo who knocked it away nicely. Now Mohammed trying to beat his man. Mohammed looking for an angle. His shot batted down, still loose in the box. Barajas has it, trying to feed it to the middle. And it's Howard who comes away with it. Gonzalo drawing a crowd. Masalas right there for Duke. Now Julian up to try to play it. Mohammed instead takes it away. Mohammed through the middle. Gets it right back. Mohammed drives and misses high and wide. A sub for Howard.
Substitution number 27, Ezekiel Ayamang.
Ayamang checking in. Ezekiel Ayamang, the rookie, playing in his 3rd match this season for Howard. Final 60 seconds of the first half.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
50-50 ball, loose. Howard has it. Julian goes down. No foul called. Instead, we play on. Throw in for the Bison. They're at the half line. Christian has been instrumental in what Howard's tried to do this first half. Julian settles, trying to shake free. Acito fires it ahead. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Mohammed racing in. "15 seconds for the Bison. Christian through the middle. Christian into the box. Christian tripped up. Advantage called. 4 seconds to go in the half. Down to 2, 1, and that's the end of the opening 45 minutes. A physical opening 45 at Koskinen Stadium. And at the end of 45 minutes of action, the second-ranked team in the country holding a 1-0 advantage over a very formidable Howard Bison club. Stay with us. The second half coming up in 15 minutes on ACC Network Extra. Back inside Koskinen Stadium for the start of the second half as the second-ranked Duke Blue Devils carry a 1-0 lead into the second half of play against a very game Howard Bison club. Howard at 2-6 on the year, but as Coach Zhao told us before the match tonight, really nothing to lose for his club. And in that first 45 minutes, Howard playing like they had nothing to lose, trying to use this, which is their final non-conference matchup of the season, to hopefully catapult them into the stretch run of league play. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils off that 3-2 win over then number 1 Wake Forest, looking for a midweek victory tonight before hitting the road again to take on Syracuse, who trails the Blue Devils by just a half game in the ACC standings. It'll be Duke who opens up the second half with possession. The only goal of the match thus far scored by Wayne Frederick, first of the season for Frederick, to give the Blue Devils a 1-0 lead in the 25th minute. A couple of yellow cards assessed to Howard in the first half, including one to Chayton Queeland, who was then injured on the play and had to be taken off the field by medical personnel. I certainly wish him all the best. The Blue Devils in that first half out shooting Howard 10-3. Cameron Kerr, by the way, getting the starting nod in the second half. 6 in blue for Duke. Kerr was just slipped a moment ago trying to throw it in, but appears to be okay. Through the middle now, Peter Strauss. So Duke, the advantage in shots, 10-3. Shots on goal also favoring Duke 5-1. 4 saves in the first half made by rookie keeper J.R. Gall of Howard. 8-5 the foul count. Howard committing the 8 fouls as that ball serviced in. Bean trying to get free. Still loose at the top of the box and then feathered out of harm's way. Duke with 4 corner kicks in the first half. No set-piece opportunities for Howard. The offside flag went up 3 times in the first half, twice for the Blue Devils. And that's where we stand right now. Minute and a half almost into this second half of play. Just 3 home games remaining after tonight for the Blue Devils. As mentioned, they'll be on the road at Virginia this weekend before entertaining George Washington here a week from tonight. They'll also have Notre Dame at home on the 14th as well. So it's at Virginia, then Notre Dame on the 14th, George Washington here on the 18th, and Pittsburgh to wrap up the home season on the 21st. The regular season should be more opportunities for the Blue Devils in the postseason. For Howard, it's all conference play after this big matchup this weekend at LIU. And home, a chance to get back over 500 in Northeast Conference play. Here's Frederick. This way for Kerr now. Trying to feed one through the middle. Too much weight on the pass to get it to Muhammad. Bean tries to track it down. Instead, it's Kerr who settles. Back for Ramirez, who starts the second half. And now Frederick had it pinballed out. Another throw-in coming for the Blue Devils. Daly. And too much weight on it. A couple of chances for Howard in the first half, including at the end of the half when there was a couple of great opportunities in the box, but Howard couldn't muster anything toward the final minutes of the opening half. It remains a 1-0 Duke lead. Kerr tried to shimmy ahead. Instead, possession on the throw-in for Duke deep in their attacking third. Frederick moves a little further down the touchline, looking for the proper angle to toss it in. Now gets the okay. Deep throw into the box. Bean looking for an angle. Sends one through. Nobody home on the run. Masalis tries to track it down and keep it in. He does. Now plays it ahead for Periano. Masalis battling for it for the Blue Devils. It comes out to the midline. And Peter Stroud pulls it in for the Blue Devils. Into the box. And ushered away. That'll be a corner kick for Duke. And the majority of the play so far in the first 5 minutes of the second half has been on this third of the field for Duke. Periano to take the corner. Periano, the right-footed service. Headed through. Nobody there for Duke. Now into the corner. Christian there for Howard. Plays one on ahead. Nice move that time by McLeod to flick it on through the middle of the field. And now up the middle of the park. Gonzalo. Watch out for Baker. He's dangerous. Floats it ahead. Smart play to start to hold up the run there by Leggett to try to win the possession. Leggett does win the possession. Looking for Baker in the box. He can't get free. And it's Duke who has the possession and has the clear. Muhammad, a round one defender. Muhammad keeps it on his boot, settles it nicely. Now Muhammad looking for some daylight, perhaps looking for some help Plays one for Kerr. Mohammed. Oh, a nice move. Mohammed with some space. Mohammed leaving it for Kerr. Kerr drives one. Headed. Bean is there. Denied again by Gowell. And taken away nicely by Howard. Another half opportunity there for the Blue Devils. Kamran Asito. Now for Shaq Mohammed. Kerr leaving it for Mohammed. And it's batted away. Another corner kick for Duke. Corner kick number 6 for Duke tonight.
Blue Devils corner.
It's Masalis who will take it. Masalis headed away, not totally cleared. Leg it into the corner to grab it for Howard. Daly diving over the defender that time. An aggressive play. Daly couldn't win the 50-50 ball. Baker was going to throw it in. Wisely lets one of his teammates come over. One of the keys for Howard coming in was to match the Blue Devils in terms of work rate in the first 20 minutes of the match. I imagine the message similar for the start of the second half. Howard still very much in this contest, a physical club, where you can certainly see just how much improvement this Howard program has made from a season ago. They're deeper, stronger, more physical. Testament to what Coach Chow and his staff have done. Played in. Headed away nicely by Ramirez, and now Mohammed has it for Duke, trying to play it ahead for Ramirez. Nice job that time by Franklin to drive it further into the attacking third for Howard. Kerr has it on his boot. Ushers it ahead. Periano racing after it for Duke. Periano ahead for Peter Stroud. Sends it right back out. Masalis, the service in. Kerr gets a whack on it. Flicked ahead. Daly fighting for the 50-50 ball. It's won by no one yet. Baker was taken down by Daly, and a foul against Amir Daly. Jackson Lewis sets things up. Flicked on. An opportunity, and another one that's driven high. Boy, a couple of Bison were there. Christian and Baker both had a look at it. Hamill watched that one sail over top his head. Did not have to usher it aside. Another near miss for Howard, and that's been a couple of near misses for Howard tonight. Here's Frederick. The only goal tonight belonging to Frederick. Off a rebound on a corner. Cameron Kerr. Part of a trio of Kerrs. Brother Drew also on the team. Now here's Cameron leaving one away for Bean. Perhaps one too many touches that time. Nice defense by Howard nonetheless. Of course, Drew and Cameron's dad is John Kerr, the Duke alum and Blue Devil head coach. Was in his 15th season at his alma mater, his 24th overall. A win tonight would be career win number 225 for John Kerr and number 144 at his alma mater. Still plenty of time to go in this one. And a dangerous Howard club. Physical play. And no signal now. It's awarded to Duke. Another late flag goes up there to award possession. Here's Ramirez. Plays it out for Peter Stroud, who had a couple of looks at it, including a great look in the first half, but was unable to finish. Both sides with some missed opportunities that they would love to have back. Daly. This way for Frederick. And a foul. Will go against McLeod, named the Northeastern Conference Rookie of the Week this past week. The first-year player from Fayetteville, Georgia. A couple of goals on the season. Getting some prime opportunity in his debut campaign for Howard. Acito draws a crowd. Back for Daly. Too much weight on the pass. Frederick trying to come in and take it. Frederick goes down, and that might be a card. And it is against McLeod, the rookie.
Yellow card assessed to Howard number 14, Nigel McLeod.
It's the third yellow against Howard as a group tonight, the first in the second half. I will see how Duke elects to play this opportunity. Periano and Stroud both there. It'll be Periano. Periano into the box. Tried to target Muhammad. It was headed away. Masalis is there. Locating Kerr. Kerr takes a hit. And a foul. Periano marking off the steps. Instead, it's Masalis who plays it. For Kerr now, right back to Masalis. Outside of the 18, he strikes one in, and a header goes wide. A couple of Blue Devils were there on the near post, but the offside flag went up as well. Would have been a miss either way. It's the third time the offside flag has gone up against Duke so far in the match. Ramirez steps through for the header. Muhammad double teamed, asking for the call, and there's a late whistle. And Howard getting a little frustrated. Coach Jow upset by some of the calls and pleading his case to no avail in the technical area. I think his arguments perhaps Muhammad didn't have position established. But now another opportunity for Duke. Periano and Masalis. Masalis 12 in blue, both there. It's Masalis. Chips it ahead. headed around, batted away, and the rebound is just to their side as well. Again, Gual got the pull on it to joust it away, and then Duke on the rebound was thwarted nicely by this Howard defense that's played so well in the match thus far. Ahead for Kerr. Now to Periano. Periano has that one heading toward the frame, but another nice play by Zhao, who spears it and will halt any further play. Feathered ahead. Just one too many steps that time for Julian. And now Daly playing it ahead for Kerr. Muhammad now in the middle. Wide for Periano. Ramirez again. Surveys, finds Stroud. The ACC midfielder of the year a season ago. Here's Ramirez playing it ahead. Couldn't quite get the proper weight and easily sent aside. Dangerous here. Muhammad unable to track it down. Periano nearly ducked under the defender. Bean wins it for Duke. Now in the box. Can Kerr get there? Oh, a hard takedown. A foul, and it goes against Kerr. Hard collision. Kerr appeared to be going there with Lewis. No card assessed. Just physical play in the box. Oh, Muhammad after the misheader. Can he track it down and take advantage? Finds Stroud for just a fleeting moment. Kerr the step through. Nobody home. And there's another foul. That one against Duke quickly. Howard wants to go. Bison sensing some momentum. Christian is there. Bit of a misfire on the pass. Christian did all he could. Lewis now settles. Looking in the middle. Now ahead. Nobody home for Howard. Into the box. Bean has room. Bean, top shelf for the goal. The sophomore strikes for his second of the season, and a 2-0 Duke lead in the second half. And now the task for Howard has gotten increasingly harder as Bean, who has really been stepping up his game all season long. Coach Kerr saying earlier in the year, no longer a one-dimensional player. Instead, Bean has really been stepping up his game. Can create his own shot, can create for others. You saw that there. And Bean, who gets free, striking for the second time this season. And the Blue Devils have their 2-goal advantage. And now for Howard. a sense of urgency perhaps, trailing 2-0. Still 26 minutes to go in this second half. Periano, by the way, substituted out as Drew Kerr has been inserted into the match for Duke. Now Daly, the head for Mohammed. Finds Bean. Bean, oh, nearly had another one. Just couldn't quite settle the ball. Now Christian tries to get it and does. Baker turned it over and all the way back to Hamill, who settles and finds Daly. Duke looking to connect some passes here. A little bit too much weight there. And Daly scrambling to clear out toward the center line. Mohammed, a bit of a whiff. Now Lewis. Denied by Frederick, who had the first goal of the match. Oh, nifty move into the box. Tackled away nicely, and Hamill diving on it to prevent any further play. Gonzalo was there racing in, so was a couple of other Bison players. But Hamill able to halt any play that might be forthcoming by Howard. And Bean using that touch line, trying to win possession, unable to do so. Howard, the quick throw in. Lewis looking for Christian in the middle. Instead, Ramirez and Bean. It's Bean. Another strike. Oh, he just missed. Tried to go top shelf again and nearly a brace for Jai Bean. 13 shots for the Blue Devils. 7 of them have been on target. Duke averages 12.5 shots per contest. We have limited Howard tonight to just 4 shots. The Blue Devils give up on average 9 shots per game defensively, so another solid defensive effort for the Blue Devils tonight. Bean trying to race it down. The pressure wins the throw in for Duke. It comes to Frederick. Nice play. Rafael plays one through the middle now. Feathered on ahead, looking for Leggett, but Masala sticks his left boot out there. Comes down to Kerr. Now Kerr gets it back with a little bit of space. Kerr looking to play it ahead, but it's all the way back to the Howard keeper. Foul against Duke there on the 50-50 ball. 2-0 advantage for the Blue Devils. Duke scoring in the first half with 19 minutes remaining. First of the season and of the career for Wayne Frederick. It remained a 1-0 Duke lead through the intermission, and this is the midway point almost of this second half before Jai Bean got Duke on the board again, his second of the year, to make it 2-0 Blue Devils. And that's where we're at right now. Lewis chipping it to the top of the 18. Nobody home for Howard. Kerr battling there for Duke, unable to win the possession, however. Bit of a missed strike. There's Christian hustling to try to win it for Howard, but cannot. Bean trying to connect with Muhammad there on different pages. And the possession for Howard. Frederick thought it should have been Duke possession. Our referee thought differently. Simple touch that time. Nobody home. Kerr for Shaq Muhammad. Now Ramirez for Peter Stroud. Kamran Asito now for Duke. A strike from distance. Muhammad is there. It misses the far post. Oh, a great ball in. Muhammad tried to fire to the far post as he settled in one swift motion, but missed. Another near miss for Duke. It remains a 2-0 advantage for Howard. Or 2-0 advantage for Duke, beg your pardon. Howard needing to find some offense. Can Baker or another member of this Bison squad beat Hamill in this Duke defense? Down goes a Blue Devil. Pierre's got to be cautious. 5 in white. He's already been issued 1 yellow tonight. Has to be a little more cautious with his defensive effort. Muhammad looking for Kerr. Instead, it's Rafael who has it. Plays it ahead, and Daly lets it go. Throw in for Frederick. Baker takes a tumble in the middle. We play on. This is Leggett. Had it knocked down by Masalis. Masalis, heads-up hustle play to avoid the corner for Howard. It'll be a throw-in for the Bison. Jordan Julian back in for Howard. Ezekiel
Imang and Julian both return.
Imang back in. Well, now the throw in the attacking third coming for Howard. And Leggett, I thought for a moment, might come over to take the throw in. But Leggett instead will be subbed out as Julian reporting in for Leggett. Nice work rate for Leggett tonight. And Leggett gets a nice hands, got some friends and family in attendance. The native of Apex, North Carolina, attended Crossroads Flex. So the junior playing close to home tonight. Good for Leggett to have such a quality match. Doesn't have much on the stat sheet, but he's worked tremendously hard for Howard this evening. Muhammad with some more fancy dribbling. Muhammad now for Kerr. Kerr chips one ahead. Bean was making a run. Ferried away, and now the throw in for Kerr and Duke. Ramirez, who tried to spin away from a defender. Headsy play to win it that time by Gonzalo for Howard. Plays it with Christian. Back to Gonzalo. Pass ahead, knocked down by Daly. Stroud now for Duke. And a foul against Howard there as Duke was trying to get it back. Frederick just got a little flick on that one to win the possession. Big battle in the ACC on the road coming up for the Blue Devils this weekend. Duke will head to Charlottesville to tangle with Virginia on Friday night at Klockner Stadium, a 7 o'clock start. And the Blue Devils, no action next midweek. We'll take on Notre Dame here at home a week from Friday before George Washington here on the 18th. And then the big battle with Pittsburgh before a date with Virginia Tech to close down the regular season. Lewis ready to play it in for Howard. Serves it into the box. Headed toward target. Daly ushers it away. Now flung in again, and that one just wide. Another near miss for Howard. Howard, by the way, a Sunday contest at home against LIU. Then the quick 2-game road trip. They'll take on Stonehill College and Sacred Heart before 2 home matches against Merrimack and Fairleigh Dickinson. And they wrap up the regular year at St. Francis, Pennsylvania, before they begin NEC tournament play in early November. So a lot of opportunities out there for this Howard team. 1-1 in league play. Has faced a challenging non-conference schedule, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Second time this year that Howard's had to face a team that, when they played them, was ranked number 2 nationally. Offside flag is up here.
Flag is up, Howard offside.
It's the second time Howard's been offside tonight. Howard losing to then number 2 Pitt 5-0 earlier this season, but had some players go down in that contest, and that sort of is what led to some of those perhaps lopsided scores following that, including a 7-0 loss to Duquesne. They did beat VMI at home 4-3 before losing to George Washington and St. Francis Brooklyn, giving up a combined 11 goals in those 2 matches, but getting closer to being healthy. Only one of those 4 players that was injured earlier has not yet returned. Here's Mohammed. Back to Ramirez now. Plays it out for Kerr, who drives one, looking for his brother. Settled by Kerr. And then the throw-in won by Duke. Scotty Taylor returning to the Duke lineup for the final 14.25 minutes.
Duke substitution, returning number 9, Scotty Taylor.
Taylor looks like he will report in for Jai Bean, who has a goal for the Blue Devils tonight here in the second half, which made it 2-0 in favor of Duke. But this is a Howard club that is dangerous, and a lot of great pieces for the Bison. Mohammed trying to shake free, kept in. Stroud plays it out for Acito. Acito wedges it ahead. Taylor flicks it on with a header, and a save is made. But as Coach Giles said, there are a lot of positives to take from this game, no matter the outcome, win, lose, or draw. It's a measuring stick game for a lot of his guys, and he said these are the kind of games that get you motivated. If a game like this against a team in the top 5, like Duke is, doesn't motivate you, not much will. There have been some unlucky breaks for this Howard club, including the injuries, but so many of these younger players on this Howard roster have gotten meaningful time this year. And that will certainly pay big dividends, not just as this season moves on, but as we look ahead toward the future for Howard. Bit of a game of hot potato there. Neither side able to settle it. Kerr looking to win it, plays it back for Hamill, who was pressured. And now a whistle. And possession for Howard. And again, the throw in for Duke. Blue Devils pretty content to just play out the final 11 minutes and change here. Get out of here with another clean sheet. Christian now through the slide tackle, keeps possession. Trying to play it ahead. It was knocked down. Christian has it again. Back it comes now for Lewis. And then off a flick that time, Acito kind of headed it back toward Hamill, who was on his game there, scooping it up. Muhammad in the middle. Now Peter Stroud has some space. This way for Cameron Kerr. Kerr, the service in. A miss header. Now a shot is high. Couple of opportunities there for the Blue Devils. Howard going a little deeper into its bench tonight. Abdullah El Jarafi will check in. 20 in white, a native of Saudi Arabia. Sammy Oladegi back in for Howard as well.
Number 9, Sammy Oladegi. Number 12, Asher Settles.
Asher Settles is also in. Settles, the junior from South Orange, New Jersey. And these are impactful minutes, as we talked about earlier, for Howard. Impactful minutes here as well for these players who are getting opportunities against a very quality club, which will pay off big for Howard once they continue into league play. Oladegi plays it back for Settles now, and it's worked all the way back. Pressure forthcoming, so the ball is put back in play. Oladegi through some traffic. Might have pushed off there, no call. As you see, the Blue Devils starting to pack things in here defensively, really making life tough for Howard. Settles sends it this way. Jackson, or Lewis with it now. Jackson Lewis serving one high, and that'll head back into the Whitford parking lot. Goal kick coming for Hamill with 8.5 minutes remaining. There's a Howard player down behind the play, perhaps some cramping issues here. Medical staff will be called out to give some attention to the Howard player who is down. I believe that is Gonzalo, who is shaken up a bit. He's up and okay. Miles Sims out of Clinton, Mississippi, checking in.
Number 15, Miles Sims.
Blue Devils not really all that strongly pursuing it, as we saw Duke earlier in the match. Taylor does give it a nice bit of a run. But leading 2-0, the Blue Devils just want to make sure they get out of here with the victory. Really start to tighten things down defensively. No quit in this Bison club, though. You know they still have time for a couple of goals here to try to even it up. 5 clean sheets for Duke this year. The last, a 1-0 victory over Boston College here on September the 24th. This way it comes for Lewis. The rookie settling. Fancy footwork there, chips it ahead, and Hamill out to Spirit. Hamill playing it quickly. Kerr for Ramirez. Ahead for Mohammed. Works it back now in the center circle for Strout. Now Duke just content to pass it around here. Looking for Taylor ahead. 50-50 ball headed on. Galwell's played a really solid match. The rookie keeper for Howard tonight. He's made 5 saves, stopping 5 of the 7 shots that he's faced. Has made some really incredible saves as well, so he should certainly be proud of the way he has performed tonight. A lot of these Howard players can take a lot of pride from tonight and a chance to carry some of this positive momentum into the rest of the season. Ramirez plays it for Daly. This is Kerr with some space. Kerr ahead looking for Taylor. All the way back now before it's flicked away. 5.5 minutes remaining in this one. The clock not the ally of the Bison. Hamill comes out. Just plays it ahead. Muhammad still turning up. Oh, a nice slide tackle there. Duke has some advantage now. Muhammad had it hit off his heel. Daly trying to win the 50-50 ball, battling with the Bison. Oladege there to battle with Daly a moment ago. Oladege has had some solid time off the bench for Howard this evening. Kerr. And now room here into the box, some hand fighting. Masalas was saying, hey, I was pulling at my trousers, but no call. Maybe they're saying it was off of Howard, so a corner coming here for the Blue Devils, and it appears it'll be Ramirez who will take it. The 7th corner kick of the night for Duke. Blue Devils have yet to permit a set-piece opportunity off a corner tonight. And so Ramirez with 3.5 minutes left, a short corner this time. Blue Devils not trying to go for another goal, just content to play out the final 3+ minutes. Here's Kerr through the middle for the Blue Devils. Now for Scotty Taylor. Taylor looking to drag one into the box. couldn't find an angle. Taylor keeping the possession, though. Into the box. Taylor looking. Taylor now a shot and another save. No rebound is made. Massalas had the shot, and he couldn't drive it home. Another nice play by Gowell to make the stop, as the Blue Devils were looking for a third goal tonight. Tremendous play by Taylor, who was fighting hard to win the possession. Turned over. Taylor has room. Taylor shoots, and another strike on target, but another nice save made. That's a handball against Ramirez. Ball came up and got him in the right arm. Now Sims puts it in play with 100 seconds left. Oladeje fighting with Frederick, walling off Frederick. Julian couldn't corral it in the box. Now Kerr. Taylor goes down. 75 seconds left. Clock continues to move. It was Stroud, I believe, that went down. No card assessed, just a foul will be called. A minute to go.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
Ramirez puts it in play to Stroud. Now to Acito. Flicks it on ahead. With a half minute remaining, almost. Frederick is there to usher it ahead for Ramirez. And a nice hard play. Bison fighting toward the end here. 25 seconds to go. Jose Ortega checking in for Duke. Nick Periano back in. We'll get Peter Stroud out of the game. Clock stopping with 25 seconds to go. Mohammed is out as Ortega coming in for him. Ortega, the rookie from Bethesda, Maryland. Throw in here for Duke. Kerr has it, looking for Ortega, settled by Ramirez. 15 seconds to go in this one. Throw in here for Howard, and this will just about do it as we come down to the final 10 seconds. Blue Devils in no real hurry to put this one in play. 2 seconds to go, one, and Duke will hold serve at home. The Blue Devils remain unbeaten on the season as Duke picks up their 8th win of the season. Duke now 8-0-2 overall. Howard falls to 2-7-0 on the season. And two great friends, John Kerr and Philip Jow, exchanging a handshake at midfield. It's the Blue Devils who continue their unbeaten start to the season. The second-ranked Blue Devils win it at home tonight, 2-0. For Matt McCullough, who brought you all the great pictures, I'm Chris Edwards. Good night from Durham, where Duke wins it at home, 2-0.
When they take on Notre Dame at 6 p.m. Tickets are available now at goduke.com.